Hi everybody, this is Geraldine, Roche Learning Support Officer. As you're preparing for your exams, I've put together 3 short presentations on study skills, revision and exam techniques. And they're broken down into 3 specific areas: preparing and getting organised, active study techniques including note making, and exam techniques. I hope you'll find them useful. So planning and organising your study can be broken down into 3. So assembling your materials such as your notes, preparing a good study environment, and managing your time. So to organise your study material, for each subject, use one large folder divided into modules or one A4 folder for each subject. Gather your lecture notes and personal study notes from week 1 to week 12 or the last ones you have, and file them in order. Have any extra relevant information researched and printed off or filed in an easily accessible place on your laptop. Download past exam papers and file them on your computer or print them off as a revision tool. So the idea is that you have all your material in one place, which is easily accessible. Your study environment is important, and a dedicated study space is good if you can manage it. So create a study space which works for you. If possible, set it up as your study place which suits your study needs. Ideally, this should be a place where you can ensure minimal distractions. A well-ventilated room with good lighting is ideal. A routine is important, same place, same time, because this creates a habit. Remove clutter from your desk, so have a tidy environment for your study. And don't pile too many books and notes in front of you to tackle in one session. Only have the material relating to the subject you're studying on the desk. And if you've broken your notes into modules and filed them, as I previously mentioned, into individual folders, then just have the folder that you're working on the desk. Be organised and have everything you need to hand, so pens, paper, laptop charger and notes. Leave distractions out of reach and limit social media to a dedicated time outside of the study period. So leave your phone where you can't see or hear it, and for your social media, maybe limit it to when you're taking a break, or maybe, if you can, to lunchtime. Very many people say they don't know where to begin, so it's important to take control. Make a list of what must be covered for each exam or each subject. Prepare a study timetable and decide what time you're going to study. Morning, afternoon, or evening. Different people study better at different times of the day. Break workload into chunks, prioritize, and schedule realistically. So what I mean by that is, if there's one subject that you know you have a lot of study to do in, then maybe you need to give that a little bit extra time. So maybe you need to prioritize it. And then you review this regularly, because as you get work done, you move on to the next subject. So here's how to do it. As you can see, this is a sample course outline. And on the left is a list of the modules. And on the right is an outline of what the student has to do for each module. So in this case, this person is doing innovation and enterprise, and they want to read and make notes on lecture note 1 to 12, and they need to do an essay outline. And then for each module, they do a short outline of what they have to do. And then following on from that, they complete a sample subject outline. And this is very important. I'm going to presume that you'll follow lectures 1 to 12. So in this case, the person has written lecture note 1, definition of innovation and enterprise. So they have to have a definition of innovation and enterprise, and chapter 5 to 9 of real entrepreneurs. So that's what they have to cover for this subject. And when they get that done, they tick it off. And they continue on, then they'll have a list of everything else they have to do. And the idea is that for each module, you will have a complete list of what you have to revise. And as you get it done, you tick it off, and therefore at a glance, you know what's left to be done. So for a study session, Decide on priority sections. Start with the most difficult or least favourite task, but alternate between difficult and easy. The reason for that is if you get the most difficult out of the way when you have energy, then it's not so hard to move on to the easier tasks. Set clear and specific targets with time off for breaks. Use a to-do list. Stick to a schedule, same time, place, method, because repetition creates a habit. So to create your timetable, identify the times you're going to study. Look at the tasks for each module you want to complete. Divide your time between the subjects according to priorities. For example, if one subject is going to need more study time, then schedule that in. If you have a good break between one exam and the next, factor that time in. You might prioritize the first exam. For every study session, you should create a to-do list. And this is an example of a to-do list. And you can see it's very precise. Time, subject, task, and when it's completed. So in this case, the person from 6 to 6:50, they're studying nutrition. Lecture note 1, read and make notes. So it's very precise, and when they have it done, they tick it off and they move on to the next task. So in conclusion, organise your materials, set up your study environment, complete a revision list for each subject, complete a realistic study timetable. Keep to a routine if possible, same time and place. For every study period, complete a to-do list with specific, realistic targets. The next presentation will be on active revision skills or active study skills. I hope you'll find it useful. Thank you.